Welcome to your deep dive on attracting free traffic to your affiliate website. We are going to be dissecting this episode of Affiliate Easy, which is like a treasure map to organic growth. Expert speaker, you always say building an audience takes time.
Right.
This episode seems to be right up your alley, right?
It really is. What impressed me the most was how this episode wove together all those individual tactics, like content creation and SEO into this cohesive system.
Right.
It reminds us that organic growth is about consistent effort, not just chasing the latest trends.
That's so key. It's like building a house. You need a solid foundation before you can even think about interior design.
Right.
And speaking of foundations, this episode kicks off strong with content marketing, specifically blogging. And they make a great point about using tools like Ubersuggest.
Right. Ubersuggest helps you tap into what your audience is actually searching for.
Yeah.
Imagine this. Instead of guessing what people want to read, you're using data to craft blog posts that directly answer their questions. It's like having a direct line to their interests.
Okay, that's way more helpful than just saying create valuable content. It's about understanding what valuable even means to your audience.
Exactly.
Now, this naturally leads us to another biggie, SEO or search engine optimization.
And the episode explains it perfectly. SEO is all about making your website more visible to search engines like Google. Imagine using those keywords you uncovered with Ubersuggest to optimize your blog post. When someone searches for that topic, guess who pops up higher in the results?
You got it.
Yeah.
Your website with your amazing audience-focused content. Now, that's what I call a recipe for attracting the right kind of traffic.
Absolutely.
But here's where it gets really interesting. This episode doesn't just stop at content and SEO.
Exactly. They delve into the world of social media, specifically Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. What stood out to me was the emphasis on building credibility before promotion. It's like joining a conversation, not just hijacking it with your message.
That's such a good point. Think about those Facebook groups dedicated to your niche. The episode recommends becoming a valuable member first by answering questions and engaging in discussions.
Exactly. Establish yourself as a helpful resource, someone people trust, and then introduce your affiliate products or services naturally within the context of those conversations.
It's like that saying you attract more flies with honey than with vinegar. Be the honey in your Facebook groups. Now, the episode also touches on forums and online communities like Reddit and Quora. I'll admit, I sometimes forget about those.
They're easy to overlook, but they hold so much potential. The key here is to approach them with a genuine desire to contribute.
Okay.
Imagine you find a Quora question that perfectly aligns with your niche.
Right.
You can provide a thoughtful, detailed answer and naturally link back to your website for even more information.
It's all about adding value to the conversation, not just dropping links left and right.
Speaking of adding value, I was really intrigued by the episode's take on YouTube. They emphasize that you don't need fancy equipment, just valuable content.
Exactly.
Think about your niche. What kind of video content would your audience find helpful? It could be anything from product reviews and tutorials to even behind-the-scenes glimpses of your process.
And remember, with YouTube, you're tapping into a whole new audience that might not be searching for blog posts or scrolling through Facebook groups. It's like expanding your reach exponentially.
Absolutely. And here's a golden nugget from the episode. They suggest repurposing your existing content for YouTube.
Okay.
Already wrote a killer blog post, turn it into a script for a video.
Oh, wow.
It's all about working smarter, not harder.
I love that.
Okay.
And that segues perfectly into another brilliant takeaway from this episode, the importance of building an email list. Something we hear about a lot, but this episode really drives home why it's so crucial.
It's about owning your audience rather than renting it from social media platforms. Algorithms change, but your email list is yours. It's a direct line of communication with people who have raised their hand and said, hey, I'm interested in what you have to offer.
And building an email list doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. The episode recommends using free tools like MailChimp or MailerLite, and they even give tips on creating irresistible lead magnets.
Yes. Your lead magnet is like a digital welcome mat. It's got to offer something truly valuable to entice people to subscribe. Think free ebooks, checklists, templates, anything that solves a problem for your audience.
It's all about that value exchange, right?
Hey.
You're giving them something valuable for free, and in return, you're gaining their trust and permission to stay in touch. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here, from content creation to email marketing, and it's clear that this episode is packed with actionable advice.
It really is. But amidst all these strategies, there's one underlying theme that I think is so important.
Okay.
The need to manage expectations. Free traffic is incredible, but it's not a magic bullet.
Right. It's easy to get caught up in the allure of free and expect overnight success. But as the episode emphasizes, building a sustainable online presence takes time, consistency, and a whole lot of patience.
Exactly. It's like planting a garden. You wouldn't expect to sow seeds one day and have a bountiful harvest the next. You nurture those seeds, you water them, you give them time to grow. Organic traffic is the same way.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
And it highlights something else that the episode touches on, the importance of celebrating those small wins along the way. Got your first email subscriber? Celebrate. Your website traffic went up by 5%. Pop the champagne.
Absolutely. It's easy to get discouraged when you're not seeing massive results overnight, but those small victories are proof that you're on the right track. They're fuel for the journey.
And speaking of fuel, this episode does a great job of addressing the dreaded imposter syndrome that tends to plague us all, especially in the online world.
Oh, imposter syndrome is real, but the episode reminds us that everyone feels it at some point, and they offer some really helpful advice for overcoming those negative thoughts.
One thing that resonated with me was the idea of focusing on your own progress, not comparing yourself to others. It's so easy to get caught up in the comparison game, but it's a recipe for discouragement.
Absolutely. Instead of looking at what everyone else is doing, focus on your own lane, your own goals, your own journey. Celebrate your wins, learn from your setbacks, and keep moving forward.
It's like running a marathon. You're not competing against the other runners.
Right.
You're competing against your own personal best.
Exactly.
And when you approach online business with that mindset,
Yeah.
it takes the pressure off and allows you to focus on what truly matters,
Yeah.
serving your audience and building something sustainable.
Couldn't agree more. Now, something this episode highlights really well is that even with all these amazing free strategies, it's easy to feel overwhelmed.
Oh, yeah?
Where do you even begin?
Right. It's like staring at a buffet with a million delicious options.
Yeah.
You want to try everything, but, you'll end up with a stomachache.
The episode offers a great solution. Don't try to do everything at once. Start with one or two strategies that resonate with you that you're genuinely excited about and build from there.
It's like creating a custom menu for your business, choosing the dishes that best suit your taste and dietary needs. You can always add more to the menu later.
Exactly. And remember, it's not just about attracting any traffic. It's about attracting the right traffic people who are genuinely interested in your niche and what you have to offer.
Quality over quantity always. This episode just nails that point home throughout.
Oh.
And thinking about all these strategies, the content, the SEO, the social media, even YouTube,
Yeah.
it's clear that this episode isn't just presenting a random assortment of tactics.
Yeah.
Right.
You're right. It's providing a framework, a way to think about free traffic that's both strategic and, dare I say, elegant.
Elegant is the perfect word. It's like they've taken all these disparate pieces and assembled them into this beautiful mosaic where each element complements the others.
And when you step back and look at the bigger picture, you see that it's not just about getting people to your website once. It's about creating a sustainable system that attracts, engages, and converts visitors into loyal followers.
It's about building relationships, fostering trust, and turning those casual visitors into raving fans who can't wait to see what you do next.
And that's the beauty of organic growth. It's not about quick fixes or shortcuts. It's about creating something meaningful, something that connects with people on a deeper level.
So well said. This deep dive has been incredibly inspiring, to say the least. This episode gave us so many actionable takeaways and really shifted my perspective on what's possible with free traffic.
Absolutely. It's a powerful reminder that with a bit of creativity, a lot of heart, and a commitment to serving your audience, you can achieve incredible things online without spending a fortune.
And that's what I love about these deep dives. We take these information-rich sources and extract those golden nuggets of wisdom, those aha moments that can make a real difference in your business.
Because knowledge is only as valuable as its application. It's about taking what we've learned today and putting it into practice.
So for our listener out there, I want to leave you with this. We've explored the power of free traffic, but imagine what you could achieve if you combine these strategies with paid advertising down the line. Something to think about as you embark on your own organic growth journey. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep crushing it.